I'll start with like kind of things in order so you get a picture of what's going on. So Friday, you know, I wake up, get my usual work. And then Edgar pulls me aside and he was saying, you know, amigo, are we allowed to have outside relationships? I said, yeah, as long as, you know, New Babylon comes first. That is your main focus. You know, you don't have to terminate all your relationships once you join New Babylon. It's just you have to pivot and make sure New Babylon is your main focus. Then those relationships come afterwards. It was very mind blown. I said, we've talked about this before in the past. It seemed like it was new information for him.
He was literally there when we talked about it, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know how you forgot. Anyways, the reason why this kind of came up is because he witnessed Fiona with her husband.
Pretty sure we've told him like 17 times as well. Like, I feel like his reaction is always like, huh? And we're like, yeah, we don't give a f.
Yeah, he sat there for almost an hour. He's like, my mind is blown. He kept bringing back up.
His mind is blown over what?
Over the fact he can have outside relationships.
Brother, like, Edgar sometimes he's a funny guy.
He kills me, man.
Yeah, brother, what, if we close ourselves off from the world, like, we're gonna strangle ourselves.
That's what I told him.
Like, we want to be closed off to start, but now the foundation is set, and we very clearly are surviving. We want to, you know, we want to be open borders at least until we have a reason not to be.
Exactly right. He's like, Alfonso, really? Because I've been missing talking to the chicas all the time. I was like, yeah, you can have that, but obviously, you know, don't get lost in the sauce, of course.
Just tell us, we like the Amish. It's the simplest way to explain it. Like the Amish, brother. We just operate our own set of rules when we interact with the outside world. It's just very simple.
Yeah, I mean, I basically explained that to him. Long story short, apparently he's gone for a week too, and he's got an important task to take care of. Yeah.
Where the f he going?
New Jersey.
Do what there?
He said it's an important task, and I should trust him. I said, all right, Edgar.
You gotta be f kidding me, motherfucker.
But he left me with some instructions. We talked about Project Fallout, and we drafted some contracts and got supplies for him. So the plan that he has is to start to dig in from the shame pit. Under the disguise, it's a punishment. Since the shame pit is already known as a place where
who's coming with his plan? Who's coming with his plan?
Edgar. This was his plan for Project Fallout.
Oh, the plan's already made. Why the f does he think he's got the audacity to plan Project Fallout, brother? This guy smoking that cuckoo dick? That's a good one. I just came up with that one.
I'm not sure. But his guidance is this wouldn't raise any suspicion. If you send people down to the shame pit and they start digging there and then buckets are coming up there, nobody's gonna think any of it because, you know, it's an unusual spot that people know now outside of Los Santos and inside New Babylon that you're in there for punishment, not work.
Check, I got a serious question. Does anybody else
and then
you guys watch
shortly afterwards,
say smoking
something strange
dick?
really happened that ties
besides
to
like me and I guess the people I say it to all the time?
The Ashen Tree.
Or have you ever heard it before? Like, did I coin that term or is it like a thing that people say? Like, where did this come from?
Damped and what? We're asking what the hell's going on. Why don't you guys get a medical? We're speaking with these deputies. Deputy forgot one was a female and then Deputy Jimbo Sutton. We explained we didn't want to break the law because we don't want to do, you know, we don't want to practice medicine without license. They should probably go to Sandy or Crusade Hospital. However, they insisted they
I think
did
actually
already,
she got that from me because I used to say it to him all the time.
Or help if they were given Babylonian blood, and it had to be pure.
I can't even ask you guys because like
because of what happened last night.
Why am I asking my biased ass chat?
We got the message through Brian Knight through Shia LaHood, and then he took us to the Ashen Tree, and then there on top of the Ashen Tree he said, "Save us." And then all of a sudden, a day later, Brian Knight and the sheriffs are down our fucking ground asking to be saved by us.
What?
What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck are you talking about? Get your mind a little bit. What are you saying?
I'm unsettled about the whole thing because what happened.
Unsettled about what?
With Shia LaHood, and him sending the message through Brian Knight, and then him taking us to the Ashen Tree, and then on top of the Ashen Tree, he said, "Save us." And then a day later, there's Brian Knight and the sheriff on the ground asking to be saved by us.
Okay, can we pause? Like, you're saying like a day later, like I was there for that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about there, buddy?
Thursday night. I'm talking about Thursday night. This is Friday. I'm speaking Thursday night, the information received, and the whole story with the Ashen Tree. And then Friday, the following morning, when this happened with Brian Knight and the sheriff, where they're both injured, they were both hurt, they were both brought in place right in front of the gates of New Babylon. And they were asking me to be saved by us.
Brother, why are you talking to me like I know this?
No, I'm explaining to you what's going on. I'm just going crazy.
No, you're not. You explain nothing.
Okay. Brian Knight and Sheriff Frost were brought to New Babylon gates. They were
by
injured.
who?
By the deputies. Oh, what is that horn?
Who cares? Just continue. I'm not getting distracted by that. By who, brother?
They were bought by 2 deputies, a female deputy.
Brother, I don't give a fuck what faction they're at. I want names by name.
Jimpo Sutton.
Okay.
He brought him, and he said that the only way they could be treated,
brought from
and
where?
Be cured,
you see how like vague your stories are? Like this is the most vague shit ever. Brought from where?
From the hospital.
Okay.
They insisted. They already talked to the doctors and EMS and said they need to be brought to Babylon, and they need specifically New Babylon blood.
What?
Yeah.
Which doctor said that?
Dr. Blaine from the Sandy Shores Medical.
Okay, who the fuck is that?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's a local doctor.
Okay.
So I'm settled here because of what happened last night, being Thursday night. I'm talking about here.
Right.
With the whole thing, with the message that was sent through Shiloh, through Brian Knight, who took us to this.
Wait, there isn't more to that story. That was it.
Well, I'm gonna explain the next part, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna explain my thoughts.
I don't give a fuck about your thoughts. Just explain the story, buddy.
Okay, so, while I was speaking with Edgar, the deputies, Deputy Sutton pulled me aside and then told me to stare at the wall. That maybe there's something new about this. I said, "What's going on?" I take a look.
What wall? What wall?
The wall by the gate.
Okay.
The New Babylon wall. A moment later, I felt like a little slight poke or a little cut on my face. A small little trickle of blood came down. He leaned in, took a little sample, and then walked away. I wasn't
a police officer. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think much of it until I realized he just took my blood. And then they just quickly grabbed the bodies, got in the vehicle, and drove off. Me and Edgar were baffled about what happened, and we're thinking, did we make the right call here? Did we not providing them medical with the whole thing with Brian Knight was the right call? Are we maybe not doing the right thing because this guy could potentially give us more visions for New Babylon, and are we hurting New Babylon by not helping them out?
Okay, that is not how that works at all. But all right, of course you guys have convinced yourselves. It's funny how you guys have to lie to yourselves when you want to just do something stupid. At least when I go do something stupid, I stay with my whole chest. You motherfuckers out there trying to convince yourselves that it makes sense when you want to do something stupid. Just say you're gonna go do something stupid, brother.
So me and Edgar went to the hospital to confirm that what they're saying is true, because we didn't believe it. We thought we were playing possum, or they're trying to get inside, or they're trying to ask us to break the law so they can arrest us.
Okay.
It turns out it was true that would hurt, and apparently the sample that he took from me, that little drop, was enough to help them get back on their feet.
Right, I'm sure that's why I took a sample of blood from him. Continue.
So we end up coming back, and that's when 2 intruders who came in through boat by the Red Fortress side beach, and then started going into New Babylon. That's when security approached them and asked them what they're doing. They claimed they were sent by the guild to check on Delver, which turned out to be a lie, of course.
Who is they? Who? Like, see what I mean? Like, bro, like, give me the names of the people that came on the boat.
The intruders were Happy and Kirk from the Clowns.
Okay.
Luciano eventually had to pull a gun on them because they wouldn't listen. And he told them they need to be respectful and need to wait the front gate like everybody else and to not trespass moving forward. Okay. Then later that night, Edgar gave me a book. Like I said, he said to give it to you.
Okay.
It's like a bunch of pages I need to pull out and give it to you, honestly.
Let's give me the whole notebook, brother.
All right, I'll just do that. This is, he wants 2 things. Obviously, he came up with kind of like the procedure for the, the cargo for import-export. And then he wants, when it comes to future expansions of New Babylon, there to be like some sort of charter or some sort of written declaration that comes in from all the fashion heads of New Babylon.
Okay, but you got, well, he's gone for a week, so none of this matters either way, but.
Right, I'm just explaining to you what he explained to me because he wanted this kind of passed on to you. As you can see, there's like I guess I'm trying to think of the right name for it. It's almost like each faction in New Babylon that has some sort of role almost extends that pipeline to these expansion areas, so the same can be true all throughout New Babylon, if that makes any sense.
Exchange rates is an interesting idea. Inspection evaluation. He's cooking. I like it. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to fucking write ideas for Project Fallout, but maybe he's just trying to be helpful. But either way, everything else is nice. Okay,
and then obviously there's more that happened. Of course, that was Friday. It was most of Friday. Saturday, I was suffering from major headaches too as well. So was Friday. So I wasn't around much longer Friday. I was having issues, staying up. I was just
Yeah, I'm sure you were, buddy. What were you getting up to in the forest? Come on.
No,
What's your
migraine
fat
after
ass
migraine.
doing, fat ass?
No signal to the outside world. Just me, myself, and my thoughts. It was bad. I worked on the trade post and outpost. If you go down to the Ashen Tree, there's going to be now a trade post and an outpost. More to be added to make it more better as far as the trade post, but the outpost should be good to place down some tents, some beds, some storages, seats. People can recover in there if they need to. A place they can stay if they have to. And the trade post is almost like a gazebo with like a marketplace on top with tables, chairs, and things for sale. Then I received a call from Brian Knight. He informed me that somebody left a book at the lighthouse. And inside the book, this person is looking for their brother. They found their brother, and now they hate New Babylon. And now they want Norman Bones to bring down the fall of New Babylon.
What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean, buddy?
I don't know.
You have the book?
I mean, I can share it with you.
Why don't you just give me the book?
Because I wrote down the copies of it.
What?
I copied down what if you go to 3 and 4, I copied down what Brian Knight gave me.
Okay.
Can't give it to you for some reason.
Put it on the ground, I'll pick it up.
Oh, I think I did. Do you have it now?
Day-to-day notes with a description that says "Get serious."
Yeah, it should be on page 3 and 4 in there.
Mr. Bones, I asked you for something before, it never happened. I waited and waited, but never heard anything. All I wanted was my brother to know if he was safe, alive, anything, but I found out the hard way. So I come asking, or rather telling, I'll do whatever you want of me. I just want one thing done. I want New Babylon to fall and crumble. If you are truly a god or a demon, you'll know who wrote this. Seasons of unfathomable loss took place here. Many lives were lost through choices of great consequence and suffering. Through one that perhaps suffered just as much as any of them. Take great care and have great respect when visiting. What?
No idea. I told him thank you for letting me know. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about this bullshit, buddy?
Exactly.
Fuck about this bullshit.
Oh, that's all my notes in there. Oh shit.
Did anything come of that or what?
No. What I mentioned to you now? No.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Continue.
I continue to work on the airstrip in the port. Need obviously your feedback on it as far as what you think. There's a lot of things that came in my mind. I'm trying to make it work with what we have without adding too much. And then Sunday, I finished up the work on the airstrip in the port. I spoke with Paulie and Hassan. There was an incident that happened Saturday night where Brian Knight was shot at the lighthouse. And apparently they're trying to get a hold of me for more New Babylon pure blood. I wasn't around, so they called Paulie. Paulie went with Hassan and Eliza.
Why are you guys willingly doing this?
I told you. It's because they suspect that Brian Knight has some sort of connection to Shalahoud based on what happened on Thursday night.
Who is suspect? Like
all of us.
Man, you guys are dumb as fuck. It really is like talking to a bunch of preschoolers. You know what I mean? Like everything has to be. What is wrong with my throat?
Okay, fair, but can you?
If a man comes to you and says, "Let's do drugs and have a vision," and in this vision he explains in the story how Shai-Hulud can approach you as any person or any vessel to give you a message, why do all of a sudden you fucking idiots take that and think it's only Brian Knight? It could be anybody.
At first, we're all against the idea of helping out, but shortly after speaking with Doctor, Eliza had a change of heart and decided to. The doctor.
Who's the doctor?
Dr. Blaine.
Okay, I gotta speak to Dr. Blaine. Give me that number.
You gotta go down to Sandy Medical.
Why do I gotta go to Sandy Medical? Why can't I call this person?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? Just give me a number.
I don't have a number. I'll have to talk to Hassan and Eliza and Paulie.
Oh, perfect. Who spoke to this doctor? Who specifically spoke with the doctor?
All three of them.
Oh, I want to speak to all three of them then. Continue.
To save Brian Knight, I think it would be good to keep him alive since of the whole Shalahoud divisions came from him. Hassan was upset because at first they agreed to not to do it, and then they changed their mind last minute. And
okay, and the changing of mind came from this doctor, right?
Well, after they spoke to the doctor, yeah.
Yeah, so the changing of the mind came from the doctor, okay? I can't wait to see what this doctor said.
While Eliza and Paulie were tending to try to help out and see if their blood was pure, Hassan pulled a Paulie
Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean test out if their blood was pure? They're doctors now, they know how to do that?
No. They were having their blood being tested
Where?
at the Sandy Medical.
Well, isn't that breaking the codex?
That's a good question. To see if your blood was pure?
Well, you're using outside technology. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Hassan pulled a poly where the musket was drawn in front of the sheriff.
Who drew the musket?
Hassan.
Okay.
And then the sheriff replied, well, I didn't know you and Polly had big assholes to keep things like that up there.
So out of all the quotes and specific details you always fail to get, you make sure to get that quote? Okay, interesting.
Okay, and then after, obviously, they both tested the blood, it was later discovered that Liza could donate
pause there. Who got their blood tested at the hospital?
It was Polly and Eliza.
Who else? Out of all the days, who else?
That's it.
Okay, now continue.
Later on, it was discovered like Eliza could donate blood because it was 7% pure or whatever.
And where did they donate this blood?
Sandy Shore Medical.
Oh, man. What are we doing here?
And then,
What are we doing here?
Polly was bantering with the sheriff. He said, look, I could have stopped this and all this stuff, And then the sheriff replied with, well, I could have arrested Hassan for the musket. Hassan got upset about the whole thing, said, arrest me now. If you're going to use it as leverage, just arrest me now.
Who's saying this? Polly.
Hassan. Hassan's saying this too. Yeah, he's saying this to the sheriff.
Well, you said saying this too, so they're both saying it or just Hassan?
No. It's just Paulie started off by saying like, I could have stopped this whole blood donation to Brian Knight to save his life, And then
but stop it how?
By not giving him blood, by saying no to this whole thing.
Why would he? Okay. Lang's got to put his foot down at some point.
The
We don't give a fuck about like the whole Brian shit
Hassan,
because like that's fine. We get it.
Like, listen, you guys are doing me a favor. I'm also doing you a favor by
They
not
think
arresting
he
you
shot
guys too.
Halud. That's fine. But like, bro, why are we going to the hospital?
I said you can arrest me now.
That's
if you're
the actual
gonna use it as
problem.
leverage. I insist. Arrest me now. Eliza and finished donating blood. Eliza and Paulie walk out. Hassan turns around and throws it at the sheriff before leaving.
How else they're gonna give blood if they can't do it in New
Hassan storms
Babylon?
off,
You
walks
just
back to
don't
New
do
Babylon.
it.
Eliza and Paulie were exiting Sandy Shore Medical, and then they were pulled and approached by Octo and the sheriff. The sheriff asked him to come back inside.
Rewind like 5 seconds. After Paulie taunted the cop, then what happened?
One more time, sorry.
After Hassan taunted the cop, what happens? Go from there again.
Yeah, it says, Hassan, you can arrest me now. If you're going to use it as leverage, I insist, arrest me. While he's saying that, Eliza and Paulie walk out because they're done donating blood. Hassan throws his musket at the sheriff and he runs out of Sandy Shores Medical.
Hassan throws his musket at the sheriff and runs.
Yeah.
Why?
Basically saying that if you want it, you can have it. Which I don't, like I said, it was foolish what he did.
Okay, continue.
And then as Paulie and Liza were exiting Sandy Shores Medical, and because Hassan was running, they were walking. And on their way out, they were approached by the sheriff and Octo saying, listen, here's the musket back.
Who is the sheriff at Octo? Like, is Octo
Sheriff
like
Frost?
But who's
Deputy
Octo?
Octo. Deputy Octo.
So why can't you just give me 2 names?
It's just I have it written down, that's all.
Okay.
They were approached by Deputy Octo and the Sheriff Frost. The sheriff pulled out the musket, handed it back to Paulie, and said, I don't want to see this shit again, and he walked off.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, what a weird weekend. Holy fuck. Okay.
Then they all walked off and they walked their way back to New Babylon.
Then nothing else happened after this. Was Edgar present for any of this blood donating shit? Did he
He was present for the Friday part, not the Saturday night part.
Okay, so nobody. So who was making these calls when me and Edgar were not around? Who was doing it?
It was Paulie, Eliza, and Hassan.
They just made these calls on their own accord.
Yeah.
Okay, who? I guess from the doctor, did all 3 of them say we have to go do this, or did one kind of lead the charge? Now, guys, we got to go do this.
It seemed like they're all on the same page. From when I spoke, only spoke with Hassan and Paulie. I've not spoken with Eliza. I don't have her perspective.
I mean, listen, the Brian shit, like it's fine. If people want to be dumb as fuck, I think he shot Halou, like that's fine. I don't understand why we're breaking the codex and using like hospital equipment and shit to draw blood and whatnot. That literally goes against everything we talk about.
That I agree with.
Like we have trials and like constant reminders, guys. Adjustment period's over. Stop relying on out of world shit to do shit. If you want to draw blood, do it in here. If you can't do it, then don't do it. It's not good, Sam. It's a terrible start to a Monday, brother.
Yes, it is.
It's disappointing, really. The worst part is, I'm pretty sure after Skipper's trial, did I literally say no more hospital shit, or you die?
Yes.
This guy threw a musket at the cops. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't understand. I was like I said, I was hoping I could talk to also like a warden or something, because this should be the responsibility.
None of it really matters. It just sounds like you're living your life, except for the breaking of the codex. That's the only problem. It's like
I talked to you, by the way.
that is what made this a problem now.
How's your morning going?
I think it's like, okay, whatever. You guys acted fucking dumb as fuck the weekend. Get back to work, whatever.